guys, welcome to Portfolio again. So this week, as usual, we're going to be sketching 5 new prompts, about 2 to 3 minutes each. We're going to complete an artist spotlight, and we're going to continue to master art skills. For you guys, that is not going to be your altar book project. Instead, we are going to do something called concentration pages. So bear with me here. Much better. So this week we're going to do concentration pages, and that's going to be the start of our final exam. Our final exam, along with sketchbook submissions, are all going to be due next week. Well, our sketchbook will be due the week afterwards. So you have 2 weeks to complete this upcoming project and still work on your sketchbook / visual journal pages / artist spotlight pages as well. I'm looking for 30 pages by the end of the semester. Next week, no, the week afterwards, I'll have you do a short video of you flipping through your sketchbook really fast, really easy, and I'm just looking for 30 pages, around 10 of each section. And these 2 pages that we're going to do for this project for our final exam can count towards that 30, okay? So boost up our score a little bit. There we are. And so this week we're going to start our final exam, which are concentration pages. A concentration, when an artist says, oh, I'm going to do a concentration or a series, it is a simple idea that's stretched over at least 10 pieces of art, creating something common between them. Like a series, like Harry Potter has 7 movies and all of them have something in common, like Harry or Voldemort or the characters or the culture, the environment. And so, for example, if an artist said my concentration is endangered animals, they could include pictures of a white rhino, orangutan, or Asian elephant because they all have the commonality of being endangered. Now, we are going to pick our own idea for a series of artworks or a concentration when you concentrate on one idea and you want it to be simple but something personal to you. And you also want to be original. And so you never want to steal someone else's idea. So we don't want to steal off of Disney. We don't want to steal off a Cartoon Network. We don't want to steal off of Instagram or TikTok or Pinterest. We want it to come from our own brain. And so it's original, so it's personal to you. So here we go. I've included slides that have good ideas and bad ideas and why they're good or why they're bad. And so let's say, for example, a good idea is apples. My mom used to have apples in her kitchen, and me as an individual, I have a strong relationship with seeing apple decorations when I walk in a store. And so I feel like I could create a series of artworks that have apples in them, whether it's apple pie, apple strudel, that represent sort of my mom, or seeing her in the kitchen, or seeing her hard at work. Now, bad idea would be my relationship with my mom. This is good in theory, but it's a little bit too complicated. Like, how would we create art that shows that? And would you be able to create 10 pieces that are not that complicated that you feel like you could do? Again, a bad idea is cars. Cars is just a little too simple. Is there a way to personalize this? Now, if there was a idea like cars that helped me grow up. For me, the very first car I learned to drive was a 2008 Sienna. The very first car that I got in an accident with was a red Toyota Yaris. I can remember certain cars that are personal to me, and maybe my husband may not care about them, or my dad doesn't think they're special, but they're special to me because of the memories I have behind them. Okay, and this is working off of a bad to better to best. And so a bad idea is Disney princesses. You never want to steal somebody else's idea. Get that garbage out of your head. You are here to be original. You are good enough to be original, so don't steal somebody else's idea. Get that out of here. Better idea is princesses. It's not quite original. This is something that I see a lot of Pinterest art on, a lot of TikTok art on. So we want to tweak it, and so it's something personal to us. I was not born a princess. However, this best idea would be royal attire or clothing, you know. And this is the personal memory I have behind it. As a little girl, I loved playing dress up, and the most important part was the dresses and crowns I would have that sold the transformation and makeover effect. And so, focusing on one aspect, being concentrated enough to say, instead of princesses, let's focus on the clothing that made princesses look princess like. So their slippers or their jewelry or their dresses, so on and so forth. And I've been very sneaky, guys. Do you know what I just did? I made it so I did not have to draw 10 portraits. That's incredible, because if I had went with princesses instead of princess attire, I would have been the dummy stuck with drawing 10 realistic portraits. Yeah, nobody wants to be stuck with that project. We tried to do one portrait. How did that go for you? You don't want to get stuck there, right? And so we're avoiding that. So try to think of something. Could I do this realistically for 10 pieces? Now, you're going to create 2 sketchbook pages that are planning this concentration. So you're not actually going to do the 10 pieces. We are just planning for it as if we were about to do the 10 pieces. So you're going to need a concentration statement somewhere on these 2 pages. Your concentration is named blah, and it explores blah. This is important to me because blah. My concentration is named royal attire, and it explores clothing and accessories of royalty. This is important to me because dressing up was a huge part of my childhood, and I love to embrace the nostalgia of growing up. 5 points for different thumbnails, what your pieces could look like. So tiny detail, like tiny doodles, like this big, 2 by 3, of what your pieces could look like in the finale. I don't want you to spend more than 30 seconds to a minute on these thumbnails. You don't have to make them tiny detailed sketches. Just give me a rough idea. Media statement. So what ingredients would you use? I will be using color pencil, oil paint, watercolor, for example. And then craftsmanship. I want to see that you're being neat in these pages and that they're mostly full. I want you to fill up 1 page, 2 page together. So they're concentration pages. All right, guys? Okay, I know this is a huge order. I believe in you. Good luck.